Hey guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today's video is this base game shotgun house in the Willow Creek starter house sort of area. Before we get into the video, I want to mention there are some links in my description. They are all to petitions to sign or places you can donate for the Black Lives Matter campaign. Please consider donating if you can, or to sign the petitions if you can't. Anything you do will help, and it's really important to use your voices in this current situation. So that is all I want to say about that. So about this build, it is, like I said, a base game house. It's not a starter, even though it's in the starter neighborhood, so I'm sorry about that. I'm incapable of building starters because they're just, I don't know. I have a tendency to use a lot of items, you know, like that's kind of my thing with building. I like clutter the builds a lot, and clutter is sort of expensive in The Sims, unfortunately, because I don't know how that happens, because in real life, you have a very like cheap house, but then you still have a lot of clutter everywhere, and that's just like how houses are in real life, but somehow in the game, they just don't work, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, basically I just had to sort of make this not a starter, but it is base game, and this is sort of going to, well, not sort of, it is going to be the first build in a base game save file that I'm making, which I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, because I was originally planning on doing like a whole new save file. I've built a save file before, I never released it because it was really bad, but I've done one before just for like the sake of doing it, you know? And so I was like, yeah, it would be chill to do another one, because I'm like sort of feeling a lack of build inspiration right now. So like I wanted to have something that was driving me to build, you know, like something where I could look at it and be like, okay, I have this stuff to choose from. Like I have a pretty clear set of things that I have to build here. So I was thinking I would just do a regular old save file, and then I mentioned that in a video, and then one of my subscribers, who was in my comments all the time, by the way, it was really sweet, but they said that I should start, or maybe do a base game save file instead, to make it like more accessible to people that don't have all the packs. And I realized that that would probably be a good idea, because, well, first of all, I have all the packs and I'm really, really lucky. Like, I always forget that that's just not a thing that usually happens. Like, most people that play the game do not have all the packs. And so I want to make something that's like easier for people to use, you know, that don't have it, because I understand the pain, I really do, because I didn't have any packs for like the first year and a half, I want to say, of me playing the game, because I wasn't really like, I didn't know that much about it though, so I didn't really know that packs existed for a good like year. And then I started to get into like Sims creators on YouTube, and then I was like, hey, packs are a thing, I want those, and then it still took me a while to like amass my pack collection and stuff. So yeah, basically the point is I do get the struggle, and I want to make something that people can use, that it will be more accessible, I guess, to people. So hopefully that does help out some of you guys. And this is by no means an original idea, by the way. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I'm such a revolutionary with my like base game save file. A lot of people have done this. I'm pretty sure like Plumbella has done one, and there have definitely been a lot of other creators that have done them as well. So I guess I'll just throw mine into the mix. It probably won't be anything extraordinary, but I am very excited about it. I've already spent a lot of time going through, I made Pinterest boards for each world, and then each neighborhood in each world. So basically, because it's gonna be only base game, I want to make sure that I'm like differentiating the styles in the worlds as much as possible, and like truly experimenting with all of the different styles that I potentially can, because I don't want to like, I don't know, get only a limited amount of styles, if that makes sense. So for the Willow Creek area, obviously it is in the game inspired by New Orleans. So New Orleans, is that even how you say that? New Orleans? I don't know, but I've never been there, but I've seen a lot of really pretty pictures, especially of the French Quarter, so I'm probably going to be, well, I am going to be taking inspiration from that for the sort of like town area, like the place with all of the commercial lots, and so I will be doing that. And then also I've found a lot of really cool pictures of different types of houses in New Orleans. There's obviously this shotgun style, which is pretty much throughout the starter neighborhood, I think, is what I'm going to be doing. And then I might do a few like shotgun townhouses kind of thing, where they have a second story to them. And yeah, I don't know. Then I also found this really interesting post that was made by somebody on Reddit, I believe, but I found it on Pinterest, but it would link to a Reddit post. So I went to the Reddit post because I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And it was like this picture of all of the different, like, or a lot of different styles of New Orleans houses. And I was like, wow, those are pretty nice. So I decided to look at the Reddit, but then I looked at the Reddit and the first comment on it, or I don't know if it was the first one, but it was one of them, and it was actually really funny because people were getting very heated over this comment, but it was some guy that was like an, I don't know, architecture scholar or something, that was like, this is not the type of townhouse you said it was. This is like, you would expect it, if you were going to call it an American townhouse, it would have to be federal style. That's disgusting. And it was actually like, I don't know, Greek revival or something like that. So I don't actually know that much about architecture. I feel like it's pretty clear if you've watched any of my videos. I'm really not that educated on it. Like, I really enjoy researching it, so I'll kind of read about it by myself sometimes, but like as far as classes go or actual education about it, I really only have the internet for all of that. So I hope you don't mind if I like accidentally sometimes call something that it's not. I'm doing my best here, but yeah, I can say with a pretty strong certainty that this is a shotgun style house. I hope, because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm titling this video. Or maybe I'll just title it base game Willow Creek house. That's such a bland style though. Bland title. But anyways, this style is like really pretty. I really fell in love with it. At first I was kind of thinking that I might just go for a more craftsman style in Willow Creek, because that's definitely what I've been like more comfortable with historically, but I really enjoy this style. I think it's so beautiful. It's very like ornate, and it seems like it probably like shouldn't be because the houses are so small, but like it definitely is. So I really like that. Like, there's a lot of details and stuff in the corbels and the columns and just all of the stuff, so I really like that. And hopefully you guys like too. But I was kind of like a bit mixed up with the interior, because there's a lot of pictures. If you Google like New Orleans houses, there's a lot of pictures of the exteriors, but the interior, I couldn't really tell if there was like a distinct style to that, or if it was just sort of like, you know, pretty generic furnishing of houses. So I did my best to sort of make the interior match the exterior. This particular house is supposed to be for a younger family, like they're just starting off and they're sort of like, I don't know, chilling, and they don't really have a lot of money, but like they've got enough, you know. And they probably inherited some stuff too from people that just like, I don't know, gave them gifts for going away, or like, I don't really know what I'm saying, but the point is that they've got like enough stuff to make it still feel full, but it's definitely like a tiny house. So I really like that, but I basically just tried to make it pretty colorful and like incorporate a lot of different I don't know, more artistic elements, because that is also the vibe I get from New Orleans. Obviously, like, jazz was a really big thing there, like that's sort of where that started, and New Orleans is just like historically, culturally a really interesting place, so I don't want to skip on that stuff when I am sort of like creating this world. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be better than my last Willow Creek area, because yeah, that was pretty bleak, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, like, that's why I feel like I could be like, should I really do another save file, because like the last one is done, you know? Do I really need to do another one? Not really, but that one was bad. Like, it was just genuinely bad, and so that's all really I can say about this. But I will be releasing this one at some point, you know, once it's done, which is, like I said, this is the first build for it, so it'll take a while. And there's a few other base game builds that I have on my channel that are I think I might be able to use in this. However, I think for the most part there's going to be a lot of base game builds coming in the future, probably, you know, at least for the duration of a few months, because I've got to do a lot of videos that are base game for to make this work, and I want to get it out as soon as possible, because like, I don't know why, but I just do, you know. So yeah, that is basically what's going on there. And I think the biggest struggles with base game, probably the curtains, because they are really bleak, I'm not gonna lie. Like, those curtains that I used on the big windows there, that's basically the only good ones in the game, and I'm gonna get tired of them so quickly, because I am a diehard fan of the Seasons curtains and the Cats and Dogs curtains, and even the City Living curtains are pretty good. Sadly, there are no good curtains in the base game. Like, there are definitely some that stylistically have nice elements to them, but then they don't come in good colors, and it's like, that's really, it's an unfortunate thing to be taken down by, but I feel like a lot of objects in the game they could be really good if they had better colorways to them. Like, for example, we have a lot of really good couches. Well, not a lot of really good couches in the base game, but we have a decent amount of good couches in the base game, and we have this one couch that's this adorable couch, and it's like so comfy. I use it in this, I don't know why I called it comfy, obviously I don't actually know what it feels like, but it looks really comfy, and I use it in this build, and it's like very plush, and it comes in 3 colors. So it comes in green, like tannish, and orange, and so if they had recolored that couch, okay, if they recolored that in the same colors that they had that disgusting boxy couch that looks like literally you're sitting on a ton of bricks, that would be the best thing ever. Like, I can't even express to you, I don't think you could possibly grasp, if you're not a builder, like how much we need that, because that couch is just the best couch, okay? And that other couch, the ton of bricks couch, has so many good colorways, okay? Like, I use the ton of bricks couch very frequently for the colorways whenever I have to do base game stuff. But, like, it just doesn't look comfortable, you know? So I think that it would be really nice if they recolored some stuff. And also, like, those cabinets, the cheapest cabinets in the game, in the base game, they're like, they have, well, they're really the only like minimalistic cabinets, so I really like them because they're sort of modern, but they're not as like futuristic vibes, if you know what I mean. Like, they're kind of the thing you would expect to see in a lot of different like starter houses or in like apartments and stuff like that. But then they have horrible colorways. Like, the only usable one in my opinion is like black, and it has this sort of like tannish countertop. But like, also, when are you gonna use that, you know? If they just recolored that counter in like the colors that we have for that super modern one, it would be so much better. Life would be so much better, you know? And also, I know I already mentioned this, I already ranted about it, so I probably should not again, but I really wish we're getting new counters with eco lifestyle. But even if we didn't, I feel like they could recolor those counters, and they could recolor like the other base game ones that are like the timber tops. I've never used that word before. I don't know who I heard say that, but at some point I heard someone say that, but they're like wooden tops, and they've got like sort of industrial looking vibes to them. If they recolored those, do you understand how good that would be? Like, all of our problems would be solved, honestly. I'm kidding, by the way. They would not all be solved, but like, I'm just saying, it would be a good thing for the game. I think it would be very beneficial. So they're not going to do that, but you know, if they did, it's just food for thought, you know? So, anyways, as you can see, I used a lot of custom artwork in this build. I guess you can't really see that yet, but I did. I will tell you right now. And that is great. It's all base game stuff. So if you guys don't know how that works, essentially there are a lot of people that put their well, it's hard to explain. Basically, they put their custom content into the game, they take pictures of it, and then they frame those pictures and put them up on the gallery, so it feels like you're getting custom paintings and stuff, and I really, really love those. So I don't really frequently use them, to be honest. I have used them a few times in the past, but they're very useful for base game builds, because even though it's technically custom content, or even like paintings that come with a pack or something, if you use the picture of the painting, which you get off the gallery, it technically still counts itself as a base game item. So those are really helpful if you just want to, like, I don't know, have more artwork in the game, because I gotta tell you, the artwork in the base game is very limited, and it's like not even that nice, to be honest. Like, I hate to say it, I really do, because the base game has improved itself quite a bit, like, since the game first released, and I can't even say for sure, because I, like, didn't have the game when it first released. I got it, I don't remember when, but, yeah, I definitely did not experience the game at its worst, but the base game is still lacking a lot of stuff, and I feel like I kind of forget, like, how much stuff I depend on that comes from packs. Like, even, like, a swing set or something like that. I was like, oh, a swing set would be so nice in this build. But no swing sets for me. So that's kind of sad, I guess. But, yeah, we'll get around it. We have the, whatchamacallums, monkey bars. I should really know that. I love monkey bars, but, oh well. Anyways, I hope you guys are all doing okay. State of the world right now. Bit of a mess. Spent a lot of time crying about it in various scenarios, but that's fine. Everything is fine. I don't know. School is basically over, so that's like chill. Everything is like very anticlimactically coming to an end, and it's sort of strange because I feel like it should be melancholy or something like that, but it's really not at all. You know, it's very just peaceful and boring, and I have my last assignment. I have to do my last assignment, and then after that, I'm just done with the school year, which is so weird because yeah, it's so weird. Like, I still feel like the school year has just started out, but it clearly has not, so that's fine. But yeah, also it was around this time last year that I started my channel, so I'm also like, wow, that's been a long time, which really, logically, it isn't. Like, last year, I would have been like, oh my god, 365 days, that's crazy. I have come to gain a sort of different concept of time this year. I don't know why exactly, but like, kind of had this weird thing where the first semester I didn't really like register that time was passing at all, which was so weird. But like, it was like I went into school and then Christmas happened, and I was like, this is wrong. This is so wrong. No time has passed. How did this, like, you know, it didn't compute with me. So I sort of feel like I register time a bit differently now than I did when I first went into this school year, but that's all a-okay, I guess. 365 days is really not that long now that I'm thinking about it, because it's just like 365 times you wake up and like do stuff, you know? Very monotonous. So that's great, just delightful and fun, and all those other words that I use for descriptors that aren't very vivid. But yeah, I don't know. My last assignment I'm actually putting off sort of because it's like a sort of stupid assignment. Like it's fun and very chill, but it's also like because basically there's this book called The Butter Battle book, I think, by Dr. Seuss, and we had to read it for our class, which seems like a wow, you're reading a Dr. Seuss book for your history class, you know, crazy. But it's basically like, well, a lot of people think it's an analogy for the Cold War, so we have to like write the ending of the book, because when the book ends in the Butter Battle book, it's like sort of on a cliffhanger, quote unquote, as much of a cliffhanger as you can have with two made-up species that are fighting over whether or not it's right to butter bread on the top of the bread or the bottom of the bread, which I kid you not is literally the entire plot of the book. But it's kind of, I mean, obviously it's irony, it's satire for the purpose of getting us to realize that war is stupid. I don't know. But yeah, I have to like finish that. We all do, and I'm like sort of excited about it, but also I lack artistic or animational skills, so might be a bit of a struggle, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, oh, this gnome, I really wanted to point this out. It's so cute. I don't know how I've never used it before, but it's just so adorable. Like, look at it. It's just like pushing its little beard up and smiling. I love it. Sorry, that's really dumb. I'm aware that it's really dumb, but I went through all of the items in the base game the other day in preparation for this, because I was like, you know, the base game does seem a bit limited, doesn't it? Perhaps I should like actually look at what I have to work with so I can, you know, figure that out more. So I went through all of the items and I found all the gnomes, and they're so cute. So I also put a gnome out on the front lawn it's like riding the flamingo. So it's like on top of it, and it was so cute. I love it. I am very much a fan of the gnomes, and I feel like I should use them more. I also use this like gargoyle. I don't know, it's not a gargoyle, is it? It's like an alien gnome or something like that. I don't know, but I thought it was really adorable, so I decided to use that as well. And this is just a room for a kid that loves space. I was definitely thinking they're like sort of on the younger side, so they don't really know exactly what they like want to do yet, but they probably want to be an astronaut, like at this current moment, which I don't know if that's gonna pan out at all. Like when I was a kid, I had so many like little things where I was like, yes, I know what I want to do. I want to do this. I wanted to be a restaurateur, and then I wanted to be an artist, and then at some point, I'm pretty sure I just wanted to be a mathematician. Like, that was it. I was just like, I want to be, like, a math person. Which, what does that mean? I don't know. So, yeah, I think that's pretty realistic for kids to not exactly, like, have a clue what they want to do necessarily, but, like, they still have an obsession that they're into. So, I decided to do that for this one. And then, this is the parents' bedroom. And so, like I said, I was imagining 2 young adults. So, like, the kid probably just aged up from a toddler, and they're just sort of figuring things out. I was thinking one of them was a freelancer, and I don't really know about the other one, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. And so their room is very artistic. Again, I really associate like art, not necessarily modern art or like abstract art, but kind of more vibrant art. I don't know. I don't really know the art style, so I'm not describing this very well, but like the type of art that I used in this build, you know, I really associate that very strongly with New Orleans. And like I said, I wanted to make this sort of as based off of it in reality as possible, so that is what I decided to do there. And yeah, that's pretty much the common theme throughout this bedroom. There's like a decent amount of color, and I will say another thing I think I'm gonna have trouble with in terms of using base game only stuff is the beds. Because there's not that many beds in the game, but luckily now that we have the feature where we can upgrade the beds so that you can have it be like, I don't know the words, I'm blanking. Oh, just like upgrade them, I guess would be the right way to say it, so that you can have them be better quality, and like if you get the really bad bed, you can upgrade it, and then it will be a more comfortable bed, and your Sims won't get a bad moodlet from sleeping on it. I think that's going to be really helpful also, because obviously you can like cheat a Sim and have them upgrade the bed, and it'll be great. And then you can use all of the beds that I usually avoid. Like I usually avoid that one from base game that's like, oh, I'm struggling to describe it, but it's like just a very flat looking bed, but it has a lot of nice swatches on it for the comforters, so I usually avoid using that one, but I think I'll be able to use it more now because of that update, so that'll be cool also. I don't know, just let me know what you guys think of this, if you're excited for a base game save file. I don't know, I hope the person that asked for it watches this, because like, I'm doing it for you. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I went through Pinterest and I looked at a bunch of pictures of the different styles that I wanted to do. I already have a plan for all the neighborhoods in Oasis Springs and all the neighborhoods in the Willow Creek. Nice. But in Willow Creek, I am still not really sure what I want to do about whatchamacallit, the other world, Newcrest, because that one is just like a blank world when we get the game, so they don't give you a lot of guidance on it, so I'll figure it out for myself. I'm thinking I'll probably go with some craftsmen, but I also really want to have like a modern townhouse neighborhood. That might be a weird concept, but I'm really into it for some reason, so I might just do like 2 separate neighborhoods that are pretty contrasting, because I feel like that's realistic. Like, at least where I live, you like are at one place and you've got a bunch of suburbans, and then you drive like a few blocks and suddenly you're at modern houses, and it's kind of like, whoa, like, I don't know, architectural shock sort of. But yeah, I am sort of not very well versed in the style of modern, but I might do some like modern farmhouses as well, so I will be figuring all of that out. And that is basically all I have to say for this video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like and comment to let me know, subscribe and click the bell for notifications if you want to see more videos and get notified every single time that I upload a video. And please consider checking out the links in the description. It's a very important issue. That is all I have to say. Bye.